It's called 12 Points because we have 3 streets that intersect here. 3 streets, 4 corners, 12 points on the compass. It was originally begun right after 1900 by a man named Walter Phillips, who bought land through here and started building commercial buildings. And it grew after that. The real thing that I really think made it coalesce as a neighborhood was the opening of Garfield High School in 1910. So,
and where was that?
It was where the present Garfield Towers is. Just, you can see it behind me. Then over the years, it grew into quite a sizable business district. Now, there were these little neighborhood enclaves across the city. Down on 7th and Holman, the Oakley Plaza area was similar, but none was as big and I think as strong attraction to the local community as 12 Points was. Over the years, you know, it expanded. In the 40s and 50s, it had 2 movie theaters, you had restaurants, you had drugstores, everything. Because up until the 1960s, people just didn't travel to go to places. They might go downtown, you know, to do some special shopping, but for the most place you shopped where you could walk to, and this became a very vibrant community.
So what do you think a big part of 12 Points' appeal is? What makes it very unique for our community?
Well, I think because a lot of things come together here. The architecture is excellent. We have a lot of Art Deco and commercial buildings. As a matter of fact, 12 of the buildings here in 12 Points are on this is a National Historic Neighborhood. But it's that I but I lived here for a while as a child, and I remember walking the streets, going to the movie theaters. It was a real sense of community. And by having the revitalization of this area and others, I think we'll really add to that sense of community, which we need so much now.
Tell me what these two buildings and that building were used for historically, okay. Maybe most notably.
Okay. If you look here, the building, that is the 12 Points Hotel, which had a very famous and interesting history. And behind me is what used to be the State Bank in Terre Haute. There was actually several different banks over the years. The hotel was actually owned for a while by a man named Eddie Gosnell, who was the husband of the famous Madam Edith Brown. And when I was doing my research for my book, Wicked Terre Haute, I found out some very interesting stories, some that I didn't put in the book because I couldn't prove. But it really was, despite that, really became a neighborhood, I think, in the 30s and 40s. And again, I attribute a lot of that to Garfield High School.